Hey guys, welcome to American Wire. JD Vance just went on CNN and tore Wolf Blitzer a new one, the fake news clown that he is, when he tried to say that this Trump trial verdict was fair and legitimate and anything but the dark politics charade that it really is. Check it out right here.
Senator Vance, thanks so much for joining us. Are you interested in being the running mate of a convicted felon?
Well, Wolf, the entire purpose of this trial was to allow the media and the Democrats to say exactly that. This is never about justice. This is about plastering convicted felon all over the airwaves, when in reality, the only thing that Donald Trump is guilty of is being in the courtroom of a political sham trial.
This jury was approved by the Trump lawyers. You acknowledge that, right?
Look, Wolf,
the Trump lawyers approved the 12 men and women, the 6 alternates in the jury.
My complaint is not with the jury, Wolf. My complaint is with the judge, with the jury instructions that were clearly reversible, with the fact that the judge had donated to the Biden campaign, which should force a recusal under the New York rules for the judge. The fact that his daughter has gotten wealthy off of this.
$15 in 2020 to the campaign.
To stop Donald Trump.
$15.
Wolf, to explicitly stop Donald Trump. Please let me answer the question. This judge committed multiple elements of reversible error, and he did it while his daughter has made a ton of money off of Democratic candidates and while he himself donated to the Biden campaign.
So let me repeat the question.
You cannot say that this trial was anything more than politics masquerading as justice. And yes, I will help Donald Trump. I will help Donald Trump however I think that I can, Wolf, because if we allow this to happen, it's so much bigger and so much more troubling than Donald Trump. If we allow this standard that you can throw your political opponents in jail because they're doing better than you in an election, it will be the end of this country as we know it.
So you don't think this was a fair trial at all?
No, Wolf, I do not think it was a fair trial at all. And more importantly, again, everybody's focusing on Donald Trump. Understandably,
well, he's convicted now.
Understandably, but the principle that we're establishing applies across our politics. We're basically saying that if you don't like the outcome of an election or you don't like how an election is about to transpire, you can try to throw your opponent in jail. Wolf, the entire predicate here is a paperwork
organized
violation.
by Biden. This was a trial organized by New York City, the district attorney in Manhattan.
After the number 3 person in the Biden Department of Justice joined that prosecutor's office and then goes after Biden's political opponent, this absolutely is connected to Joe Biden, Wolf. Beyond that, you had Robert De Niro showing up at a Biden campaign rally on the day of jury instructions. This is politics written all over it.
Do you agree with Trump with what he just said? Because this jumped out at me. I thought it was obnoxious. When he said, we're living in a fascist state. Is the United States a fascist state?
Wolf, I served in Iraq in the United States Marine Corps. I have multiple family members.
Were you outraged when he said that, when Trump said that?
I am outraged at this entire proceeding,
but are you
Wolf, not at Donald
Trump's
criticism of it.
Trump is calling the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, a fascist state. Are you okay with that?
After the President of the United States uses the power of the courts and his power as president to throw his opponents in jail, I think this is disgraceful. I don't care what you call it, Wolf.
Trump is disgraceful? Is that what you're saying?
I think this proceeding, this legal proceeding, is disgraceful.
But what about Trump calling our country a fascist state?
They're trying to throw him in prison for a paperwork violation, Wolf.
By his peers.
After the judge gave those jury biased instructions, after that judge donated to Donald Trump's political opponent, of course he's going to be frustrated, and he has every right to be. I don't care what you call this, but this is not the America that I know and love. Why aren't we talking about inflation, Wolf? Why aren't we talking about Biden's wide open southern border?
We're talking about
this entire trial was cooked up to distract from Joe Biden's failures.
With all due respect,
JD Vance is a certified savage for going on CNN into the lion's den with all these hacks and telling them like it is. And, you know, he really pointed to the elephant in the room here, which is that the Democrats, their favorite word is fascism and calling people fascist. If you're slightly right of center and you want to close the border and you want to fix the economy, basically, then you're a fascist. Okay. You know, they're drama queens, of course. But it is actually fascist to try to throw your political opponents in jail. That is what Hitler did. He arrested his political opponents. At that time, it was the communists and other people that posed a threat to his reign. And then he threw them all in jail. And that was a great way for him to seize power and make sure that his agenda was the one that was carried out and shut down everybody else. Of course, they didn't have freedom of speech. They didn't have free and fair elections. I did not think that that's how this country worked. This is America, where we're supposed to have free elections. We're supposed to have democracy. And we're not supposed to try to throw our political opponents in jail for nonsense, for BS reasons. I mean, if somebody really did something heinous, then okay, you can have that conversation, and then maybe they deserve to go to jail. But the Democrats have been trying to dig up dirt on Trump relentlessly since he became a threat in 2015 and he won the Republican primary. And they saw him for what he was, an outsider, somebody whose interest aligned with the American people and not the elitists in Washington, D.C., and they saw that their agenda was not going to be carried out through Donald Trump. They saw him as a threat. He had different priorities. He didn't want to continue the forever wars. He didn't want to continue to raise taxes. He didn't want to continue to let anybody and everybody into the United States through the southern border. And they had to find something, and they just threw everything at him. They hoped something would stick. And this is the latest version of that. This is the latest iteration of that. So good job to JD Vance here, going on CNN, exposing that audience to hopefully some new ideas that maybe they haven't heard yet, that this is all crap. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did JD Vance do a good job here? Could he have gone harder? Is there anything that he left out that he should have told Wolf Blitzer and the whole CNN hack audience of liberals in their echo chamber? What should he have said? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.